So I was so grateful that I found PPARs. My body was healed again. Not just the skin, in fact, I think my menses went back normal.
Yeah.
I have no more migraine. My teeth wasn't as white, but after 6 months of chewing, my dentist said, your teeth actually whitening. What did you do to your teeth? I said, wow. I told him I was chewing on the PPARs. Took me about really 3 months to not have eczema anymore. Yeah.
And look, no wounds, nothing.
Yeah, nothing. You
Uh-huh.
know, and I got married. Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Simply Nature's Success Series. I'm Jermaine Diaz de Rivera, and I'm honored today to spend some time with Jaslin Chua. And guess what? Apart from her going to share with us her challenges a few years back, I'd also like to share with you that she is a Singa Pinoy. And so right now we'd like to, before we get to talk, Jaslin, about what do you call this, the condition that you had,
Right.
why don't you welcome them too and say hi to them, and also tell us something about yourself. Before, how did you end up here in the Philippines? You're in Singapore.
Hi everyone, my name is Jaslin. Thank you, Jermaine, for introducing me and having me on the show. And I'm a Singaporean. You see, I'm so used to saying Singapinoy already. I'm a Singaporean. I've been here since 2007. You know, first time I was here for a trip holiday with my husband while he was actually looking for business opportunities. Then in 2010, actually, we ended up here, really staying here because we had a restaurant, you know, Singapore restaurant, chicken rice. So, that was almost 13 years I'm here. So we were running the restaurants at the same time. My husband was running a healthcare business. And that's how we ended up here. And I really love the people here. You guys are so sweet, so hospitable, you know, so friendly. You know, of course, the traffic is amazing as well.
Truly Pinoy.
Yes, very.
I remember I've seen in Sean's table,
Right.
a beautiful wedding picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when you look at that, you have flawless skin and
Wow,
yeah.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah. So
But that wasn't the case, I think 10 years before the wedding.
what happened then?
So what happened was I was actually suffering skin eczema. I guess it was the stress. Before going into business, I was actually in the banking industry. So as you know, banks are very stressful. You have a lot of cut-off time. You stay late at night to watch the market. You wake up very early to start the market. You have very interesting and amazing banker you work with, always stressing you out. So I think my work stress has caused this eczema to flare up. Of course, late night. While I was young, I go clubbing and drinking and all the nonsense, right? The young people will do when you first graduate and your first wonderful, glorious job in a bank. You know, you have all the connections. You go clubbing.
You entertain.
Okay, and there you go. Then I had my eczema that started to flare up at the age of 23.
What when you say eczema? So
I actually
what
have.
does it feel like?
Oh my
What does
God, it
look
was
like?
really painful because I have all the redness on my hands, on the back of the hands, and also on the elbow, on my kneecap. You know, it was all on the joint area for my cases. So thank God, mine wasn't on the other side of the joint, which is wet, hard to maintain. Mine was on the dry part of the joint and the fingers. So I think the embarrassing moment at that time was really, you know, I was in the sales front and I really need to meet clients and wow, it's so hard because I felt so embarrassed to shake hands, even that little gesture, because people will be thinking, you know, wow, what happened to you? Having some infectious disease? Is this going to get to another person? Was it contagious? I mean, this is what was in my mind. So, but I've been going to skincare for a long time, like the National Skin Center
Okay.
of Singapore, that's where I started to be on steroid medication, which I thought it helps. In the beginning, it helps. It started drying the skin, then the red spots gone off. But then the side effect later came was the skin started to thin. I could feel it because a little scratch will actually bleed already.
Okay.
So yeah, I had this for 5 years. It triggers, it came back, it went off, it came back. So it was really a very difficult 5 years.
So how many doctors did you see?
I've actually seen the most popular dermatologist and a skin doctor, and they already said there's no cure at that time. I was feeling hopeless because I said, my God, I'm going to carry this for the rest of my life. How can it be? I'm still young, I'm not married. So I was only, I think I started 23, on 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 years I was on and off. Of course, I think that realization came in. I started to realize that health is important. I cut down on my drinking. I cut down on my late night clubbing, But of course, I'm still in the bank. The stress itself alone would have probably affect as much. But other than that, whatever I can, I try to cut it down. But it still didn't help.
So what eventually led you to PPARs, and how did you eventually find a solution for eczema?
Right. So what happened was, I have a friend, and he was a guapo man. At that time, he was my colleague, but now he's my husband. So he was introducing to me this health food at that time, which I was pretty skeptical. I said, the doctors cannot do anything. But you seem to claim that this health food is like a miracle thing, So I say, okay, go ahead, and I just try on it. And sure enough, it's an amazing result. I was on the pparrs for almost only 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I had dropped all my medication. I was on the highest and the most potent dosage of steroid cream.
Okay.
They actually advanced me from the least toxic to the highest toxic, but the steroid still didn't help me. So then when I decided to go on this PPAR, which I was told natural, all right, no side effect.
No side effects.
And of course, what really caught me was you will have your beautiful skin again.
Yeah.
So I said, go ahead and try. So I did try, and 2 weeks, I had stopped all my medication, even the steroid cream.
What did your doctor say when you stopped?
Oh, I didn't go to my doctor already. So what happened was, I just started on PPAR and dropped all medication, and I actually take about the therapeutic dosage. So I took like 10 tablets 3 times a day before meal. And then I was also on the extract powder, the one that is on the jar. And I took, I think you have it here. Yes, this is. And I took this one, 1 scoop, first thing in the morning, before any meal. And then I take another scoop before bed.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. And 2 weeks later, I actually saw my skin returning to no more new wounds, no new flare wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, because usually, even if I'm on steroid, if this one was started last week, the next week you will have another one that flare up. So when this one healed, this one came back, and this one healed, this one came back, and there you go. It's like a rotation. So I was like, when is it going to be completely done? So then what happened when I saw that I was on the pparrs? Amazingly, when this one get healed, the other one didn't flare up.
Okay.
So there was really hope for me, because I saw that there is this like healing taking place. Because before I'm on pparrs, they're already telling us what to expect, how the healing is going to take place. But the interesting thing that I do experience was the healing crisis.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 weeks, I smell like mad. I perspire a lot.
Okay.
I think I was told that was a healing process.
So all the toxins are
Exactly.
going out.
And I have to like bathe 2 to 3 times a day
because
because I can smell myself. Like it was really awful smell.
yeah.
It was even coming from my scalp. I could
Okay.
smell that. So I said, wow, I'm so toxic. So I'm not sure is that the toxic of the drinking over the years, or it was the toxic of the steroid over the years.
I think it's a mix.
I think
all
it's a
of
mix.
that,
Yeah,
right?
it's really a mix of amazing smell. So then, of course, then another 2 weeks, my next healing crisis was I got feverish.
Okay.
So I was like 36 today, and tomorrow I was 38, and then 37, and I was 36 for almost 7 days consecutively. And after which I had migraine. So my healing process was amazing. I was already preempt that I might go through this maybe a month, because that's how the body will want to heal, detox, and throw everything out of my body. So wow, I was amazed by the process, how quick it was on my body. And I was so excited to see the total healing.
It's fantastic. Huh?
Yeah, so it took me about really 3 months to not have eczema anymore. Yeah.
And look,
no more.
no ones, nothing.
Yeah, nothing. You know? And I got married.
Yeah. Well, yes. That is what they call this, to be able to have your skin back to normal. You're not worried anymore about people. You know, it's natural if you have some bruises, or if you have people are worried. Of course, they'd like to shake your hands, but of course they wouldn't like to.
Of course, they felt
so
it was distant away from me.
Yeah, so there's this. So it's very hard to develop relationships, whether it's business or personal. It's something that will actually limit.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, also for you, it depends on what clothes you wear, right?
Yes.
Because you don't want it to stick to, if you have some wounds,
right,
or irritations, you don't want it to stick to your wound, and then when you remove your clothes, the skin opens up, right?
And then it will stay in the clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think on top of that, while I had all those open wounds while I was starting PPARs, I actually was advised to take the tablet and crush it into powder and mix it into a paste and mask it on my wounds. You know, I mask it on my wounds so that in order for not my bed sheet to get dirty, I wear long sleeve to sleep.
Okay.
So I leave the PPAR paste overnight, and then I will wash it the next day.
That's what I do to my face.
And then after that, I did that on my face as well for anti-aging. So I think that was so amazing, because that's actually speed up the healing as well, I realized. So I was so grateful that I found PPARs. I really felt that my body was healed again. Yeah. Not just the skin. In fact, I think my menses went back normal. Yeah. I have no more migraine as the past. I used to have migraine once a week. And then I also realized that I don't smell anymore.
Yeah, because what you take in, what's inside, is naturally.
Now I think I went through a proper 3 months of cleanup. Yeah. From inside out. I think that was really at that time, detox was a new word to me. I mean, it never crossed my mind that that's how elaborate detox can be for a person. You know. Yeah. So I thought it was really not as bad or unhealthy until I went through the detox. And I smelled that bad. It's like amazing.
But you did not use Cleansing Plus.
I did use Cleansing Plus for 15 days, I was told. So I was on Cleansing Plus, 1 sachet before sleep. Okay. So what I think my routine was, the first thing when I wake up, I take 1 scoop of pepper extract.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
And then I hold it under my tongue. I was told to really hold it there until the powder totally dissolved. Okay. Which amazingly it did within like 3 minutes.
100% natural.
Exactly. So I was like, wow, it's the power of sublingual, you know.
Yeah.
Then after that, I went on the tablets, 10 tablets. I love the taste, so I chew it. In fact,
This one.
yes,
This
I
one.
chew it. I like seaweed, so I chew it.
Uh-huh.
And oh yeah, on top of that, when I went to my dentist after like 6 months later, and my dentist said, "What happened to your teeth? How come it get whitened?"
Oh.
Knowing the fact that I'm a coffee drinker as well, so my teeth wasn't as white. But after 6 months of chewing, my dentist said, "Your teeth actually whitening. What did you do to your teeth?" I said, "Wow." I told him I was chewing on the PPARs. So that was a slight bonus. Then then I take this, another 10 tablets 1 hour before lunch, and then another 10 tablets 1 hour before dinner. And then I would take the cleanse 1 sachet before I go to bed, right? So that was 1 hour before bedtime. So right immediately, like when I was on the bed, I take the last scoop of the extract powder.
So how many times a day did you take scoop?
2 times.
2 times.
Once in the morning and once at night. Yes.
And then the PPARS tablet, that is
10 tablets 3 times a day before meal.
Before meals.
Yes.
Why 1 hour before meals?
Oh, I was told, like PPAR is a superfood, so it's best to have the best food nutrients to be inside my body.
Okay.
Yeah. Then if of course as human being, I still enjoy my food,
food.
so I still have for my lunch. Yeah. But I think in the whole process, I did be more health conscious.
Yeah.
I eat less nonsense, junk food, less fried food. Not no more coffee, but I really cut coffee. I used to take at least 2 to 3 cups a day.
Okay. The reason she's looking funny is she knows that I'm a coffee addict.
So yeah, in the bank, so stressed, right? And you have to keep your eye awake all the time. If you are watching the market, it's a 24/7 kind. So drinking coffee is like your antidote.
That's what you were doing, global transactions.
Yes, global
right?
transaction, depending on the banker. So I was serving my bankers that are watching the Japan market, which starts at 8 a.m. And then the US market, which actually starts at 10 p.m. So it really depends on who my banker was at that time.
Oh, so you're in your mind, you're very familiar with finance and everything, and you look so yuppie.
Yes, I love finance. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you recommend for people right now? Because I'm looking at you, fantastic skin, no oils, nothing. Yes. I looked at your wedding picture. I said, "My gosh, gorgeous!" And then and before that, that's when you had eczema.
Yes.
So what would you recommend? Because I know here in the Philippines, it's not really uncommon for people to have eczema.
In fact, I think it's getting into the even younger kids.
Yes.
It's pretty common now.
So right now, and a lot of people, especially with people who work at the night shift.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have itchy, dry skin, and you're concerned, well, sometimes my philosophy in life is it's better to cure something while it's still small in the startup stage.
And while I was still young. Thank God I was young.
Oh, because if not, can you imagine?
If not, I'll be still having it. I never know, right? Yeah.
So catch it while it's still in the early stage. And anyway, PPARS is 100% natural, so you won't have any problem with it. And it's available anytime. It's available in Laz Live. It's Lazada and Shopee. And we have a lot of doctors. If you need doctors, we can recommend doctors depending on your preference.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. But what would you recommend to people who have eczema?
Exactly what I've been taking. It was like foolproof for my case. I'm an eczema patient for 5 years on the higher potency of steroid cream. I was on antihistamine. I was even advised if I want to take the steroid. But I told myself, no. The steroid cream has already harmed me a lot.
Okay.
So I rejected the medicine, but I just go for the cream. Already have so much side effect. So what I can share is my personal testimony was it's really amazing that God created this or serendipity. It came out of somewhere that my husband found out through his friends. That's amazing that there is hope for me to get back my skin. So when I knew that it's natural, that was the first thing that I jumped straight into it.
Okay.
Because I think for the 5 years of on drugs, I think I had enough of that. I had enough of that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, natural, okay, okay.
No harm, huh?
No harm,
Yeah.
just try it. Yeah, of course, at that time, I was still a working class. I just started work, right? So I thought it was pretty costly, but I think it's really worth it. The pain I've gone through for the 5 years, for the price, it was really worth it. And it was pretty fast for my case. I got everything cleared up in 3 months. Maybe it's because I was young. So I think for many of you, if you are suffering from eczema or even psoriasis, which are skin disease, autoimmune issue, and if you are probably suffering for the last 10 years, and you are maybe older than me, at that time I was only in my 20s, do not lose hope. It's really, it has helped me. It took me only 3 months. Even if it's going to take you six months,
not bad.
Better than the last 10 years that I've suffered with all the side effects from the drugs. So yeah, my recommendation is to really go for the package, I just shared, which is the cleansing, do our detox of our colon. There's so many things that probably stuck there. As I said, my lifestyle was really bad. I was on drinking and all the wrong seafood and junk food. Then I realized that PPAR tablet is the best food so far for me. I'm still taking it. And in fact, when I go for any alumni gathering, my high school friends or my university friends, they were so shocked, that I managed to maintain my weight, my look. A lot of my friends is already grayish hair and sagging skin and wrinkle and things like that. They were shocked. They start to ask me what I've been taking. So I do share also PPARs to them, not just because they have skin issue, but also they want to have a better health. So I think for skin issue patients, go for the tablets, the cleansing, as well as the extract powder. I think that really speed up the whole thing, the extract powder, as I took 2 a day. So I think that's the one that caused the smell came out so fast, and I really feel good after that. In fact, after 3 months, where I realized that I have more energy, because I used to be so easily tired. That's why I was on coffee. To boost me, wake me up.
And again, thank you very much. That is quite inspiring.
Thank you so much.
Well, live a healthy life, get enough sleep, drink enough water, eat smart. And definitely go for the cleanse and the PPARs and PPARs tablets. You can never go wrong with that. Okay? So thank you very much, Jaslin Chua.
Thank you.
And we're so glad to have had this time to share, for you to share.
Thank you for the time. Thank you for putting me here for sharing.
Okay, so that's it for today's Simply Nature Success Series. Again, this is Jaslin Chua. See you again.
Hi, I'm Jaslin Chua. I used to have eczema for the last 5 years, and now I have perfect skin now. I trust Simply Nature.